Welcome to Ping 24 Updates. Subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for more updates. The world watched in shock as a Philippine supply mission to Ayungin Shoal was violently blocked by Chinese Coast Guard vessels on October 13, 2025. The BRP Sierra Madre, a grounded ship and symbol of Philippine sovereignty, was the mission's destination. The goal: deliver food, water, and relief troops to Filipino Marines stationed on the rusting outpost. But China's Coast Guard was waiting, determined to stop them. Over the radio, the Chinese demanded the Filipinos leave Chinese waters. The Filipino captain stood firm. "We are in the Philippine EEZ. We will proceed." The Chinese ships closed in, horns blaring, executing dangerous maneuvers to block and intimidate the smaller Philippine boats. Suddenly, water cannons erupted, smashing windows and damaging equipment. Filipino sailors scrambled for cover, determined to complete their mission. The world saw the confrontation escalate in real time. The Blue Sea became a battleground, the supply run a lifeline and a statement. The Philippines would not be bullied. The Sierra Madre's crew depended on this mission for survival. The battered supply boats pressed on, refusing to turn back. This was more than a delivery. It was a declaration of national resolve. The Philippine flag flew defiantly from the Sierra Madre, a message to the world. This is our territory. The standoff was a stark reminder of the high stakes in the West Philippine Sea. The Filipino crew's courage became a rallying point for the nation. The world's attention was fixed on Ayungin Shoal. The Philippines had drawn a line in the water and refused to step back. Ayungin Shoal is a submerged reef, just 105 nautical miles from Palawan, well within the Philippines' exclusive economic zone. For generations, Filipino fishermen have relied on these waters for their livelihood. In 1999, the Philippines grounded the BRP Sierra Madre on the reef, turning it into a military outpost. A handful of Marines endure harsh conditions to guard this symbol of sovereignty. The Sierra Madre stands as a David against Goliath, a testament to Filipino resilience. Losing Ayungin would mean losing a critical foothold in the West Philippine Sea. China's sweeping claims threaten not just Ayungin, but the entire Philippine maritime border. Defending the shoal is about protecting national territory and resources for future generations. Every resupply mission is a test of nerves and a show of national will. The battered ship, with its flag flying, sends a clear message: this is our water, we will not abandon it. Ayungin Shoal is more than a reef. It's the heart of a nation's fight for its rights. The world is watching what happens here. After the violent standoff, Defense Secretary Gilberto Teodoro Jr. addressed the nation with unwavering resolve. He condemned China's actions as deliberate, illegal aggression. "They are the aggressors, violating international law. We will not be intimidated," he declared. Teodoro's words echoed the anger and determination of millions of Filipinos. He called China's behavior barbaric and inhumane, exposing the hypocrisy behind Beijing's claims of peaceful intent. "They act like pirates in our own backyard," he said, vowing the Philippines would not back down. Teodoro urged Filipinos to unite, warning against falling for Chinese propaganda and disinformation. "The world sees the truth. Our personnel were unarmed and on a humanitarian mission. Theirs were armed and aggressive." He called for national unity, framing the conflict as a fight for every Filipino's rights and future. "Let me be clear, the Philippines will never give up an inch of its territory or sovereign rights." The government would continue resupplying the Sierra Madre and defending what is rightfully theirs. Teodoro's message was a rallying cry, a promise that the Philippines would not yield. His leadership galvanized the nation. The world heard the Philippines' defiant stand. The fight for Ayungin Shoal had become a fight for dignity and sovereignty. The message: the Philippines will not be bullied. The Philippines' fight isn't just about courage, it's backed by international law. In 2016, an international tribunal ruled in favor of the Philippines, declaring China's 9-dash line baseless. The ruling affirmed Ayungin Shoal is within the Philippine EEZ, granting exclusive rights to its resources. China's rejection of the award violates its obligations under the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. The arbitral award is final and legally binding. For the Philippines, it's the legal foundation for every action in the West Philippine Sea. Every supply run, every diplomatic protest is backed by this ruling. The award transforms the dispute from a power struggle to a matter of right and wrong. The Philippines stands on the moral high ground, defending not just territory, but the rule of law. The world sees Manila's fight as a defense of a rules-based order. The 2016 award is the shield in this unequal fight. The October 13, 2025 confrontation was the most violent yet. China deployed a massive flotilla, Coast Guard ships and maritime militia disguised as fishing boats, to block the Philippine supply mission. The Chinese used ramming tactics and water cannons, targeting the smaller Philippine boats. The Uniza May 4 suffered heavy damage, sailors were injured, equipment destroyed, supplies for the Sierra Madre were soaked and contaminated. Despite the violence, one boat broke through, but at a high cost. The incident was documented in detail. Photos and videos showed the extent of Chinese aggression. The world saw undeniable proof of the attack. The brutal encounter was an assault on Philippine sovereignty and dignity. China's willingness to use force marked a dangerous escalation. The stakes had never been higher. Behind the headlines are the real stories of Filipino sailors and Marines. Seaman First Class Alejandro Reyes, on his 5th resupply mission, described the terror as a Chinese ship rammed their boat. The whole boat shook. "I thought we'd capsize, but I held the wheel steady," he recalled. Marine Sergeant Emmanuel Cruz, stationed on the Sierra Madre, spoke of isolation and uncertainty. "Every time we see supply boats we feel hope, but we also see Chinese ships chasing them. We pray for their safety." The families of these men pay a heavy price. Maria Santos, wife of an injured crewman, said, "Every mission, I pray he comes home. When I heard about the attack, I couldn't breathe." These stories reveal the human cost of defending Ayungin Shoal, measured in injuries, trauma, and sleepless nights. The sailors are not just statistics, they are fathers, sons, and husbands. Their courage is a testament to the Filipino spirit. Their sacrifice inspires the nation to stand firm. The struggle is personal, not just political. The bravery of these men is the human face of the Philippines' fight for sovereignty. Their stories unite the country. The nation owes them a debt that can never be repaid. Their resolve is unbreakable. The world now knows their names. Their courage will not be forgotten. The Philippines is not alone. The United States quickly condemned China's actions, reaffirming its defense treaty with the Philippines. Australia, Japan, Canada, and the European Union also voiced strong support, demanding respect for international law. These statements represent a growing global consensus against China's aggression. The Philippines has strengthened security partnerships, conducting joint naval patrols with the US and Australia. Japan has provided new patrol vessels to bolster Philippine defenses. These alliances send a powerful signal: the world is watching. The events at Ayungin Shoal are a test of international law and order. By standing with the Philippines, allies defend a system where rules, not might, determine right. International support has isolated China diplomatically. Beijing is now on the defensive, forced to explain its actions. This global pressure is a vital source of strength for the Philippines. The chorus of support grows louder with every incident. The Philippines has found a powerful weapon: transparency. Every act of Chinese aggression is now documented. High-resolution cameras, drones, and onboard recorders capture the evidence. The government quickly releases unedited footage to the public and international media. This strategy exposes China's propaganda and disinformation, letting the world see the truth. The evidence makes it harder for Beijing to deny or twist the facts. Transparency rallies domestic and international support, turning abstract disputes into personal, emotional issues. Allies use the footage to justify their support. The strategy is a form of non-violent resistance. The Philippines can't match China's military might, but it can win the war of information. By shining a light on aggression, Manila inflicts reputational damage on Beijing. The world sees that China's rise is not as peaceful as it claims. In this fight, a camera can be as powerful as a cannon. The truth is the Philippines' shield. The Ayungin Shoal standoff is more than a territorial dispute. It's a test of the Philippines' spirit and the world's commitment to justice. The courage of Filipino sailors and Marines reflects a nation's resilience. This is not just a local fight, but a stand for the rule of law worldwide. If force prevails over international rulings, the global order is at risk. The Philippines fights for every small nation that believes in justice over might. The outcome will send a message: principles matter, or power rules. China's aggression has only united and strengthened the Philippines. Transparency, alliances, and legal victories have armed the nation for the long struggle ahead. The story of Ayungin Shoal is one of courage against overwhelming odds. The BRP Sierra Madre stands as a monument to defiance. Filipino sailors, though outgunned, are unbowed. Their message: This is our sea. This is our home. We will defend it. The world is watching. The Philippines will not be moved. The fight for Ayungin Shoal is the fight for the nation's soul.